that we're gonna have an interesting match. We're ready. It's the first semi-final. Whoever wins goes to the LAN finals. Binary Dragons and Extatus for you, Jay and Flakes. Let's go.
Thank you, folks, as usual, for the wonderful introduction. We have a semi-finalist in the making right here. They are going to move further forward to the grand final spot. Most importantly, doing it on LAN, which is what we want to see, folks, right? We all want to go to LAN. Get yourself there. Make sure you keep up with all the action. As for now, we are going to kick off with our first opening map. It's going to be a swift banana push coming out from these teams. The terrorist side trying to force their way up on towards the B site, but it's all got a bit awry up until Devil begins to save things, forcing himself into a 1 versus 2, but he's being wrapped in from behind, manages to turn to a 1 versus 1, and lands a second headshot as well. Devil somehow making something worthwhile out of that round with a quadra kill.
Beautiful triple kill coming in from Emmy as well from the Binary Dragon side, locking down the Extatus push. Banana was a hot point of contention, but it works out to the favor of the T side. A beautiful quadra kill. And that's Extatus the first, a 1-0 score, and the pistol advantage now. 3 UMPs, AKs will be out, and Binary Dragons looking a little bit angry. They got themselves at that force by, they had the supreme advantage, they just let it go a little bit too close to the end of the mark now. 5-7's Deagles, double flash smoke on Emmy, smoke as well on Neno, to try and hold back the Extatus side for a few minutes here. Still going to be, of course, the rep on advantage for the Extatus side. 3-4 SMGs to their favor. Frozen's playing forefront, looking for any information, if not one of those $600 picks with a MAC-10. Probably seeing him play a little bit closer to that up top of Banana position if he wants to try to get a kill with that, but I don't think that's really what he's looking for. I think they're just playing scout so we can get the info, so we can spot out what the CT side are using, and so that hopefully maybe you can just do a little bit of damage so the rest of the big guns can come in and sweep through. A minute to go. T side execution looks to be favoring towards the A side here.
Pistols, just exploring a few angles. One of the caveats of these pistols, though, is that they aren't going to be all that favored in some of these longer range battles that Extatus will almost certainly try and force. There's already Quest Tone just lurking around in the shadows, finds one with his trusty UMP. He's going to be caught off guard by the 5-7, though, as Nino will secure that trade. But this push towards this B site is the one we're really watching towards right now, as Molotovs are going to come in, flashes well, all popping off, but Emmy gets away with another frag just based on the idea that Extatus aren't checking their corners, so perhaps some rookie mistakes taking hold of Inferno right now as finally trades do begin to harp back into play. Devil gets himself a nice little double kill. Frozen as well. MAC-10 chimes in with another frag on towards Nino, meaning it all comes down to Hunter, a 1 versus 1 at 5-7. But unfortunately, an AK-47 is there to tear him down. Devil again, another crucial round, another big triple kill. Extatus starting off nice and strong, off one player alone, 7-0 right now. This man is on an absolute tear. You could not ask for a better start on a map that Extatus were not predicted to be very comfortable on.
Yeah, 2-0 Extatus. Binary Dragons, I think they'll be happy with their results in that last round there. They took away a lot of weaponry for the Extatus side to use, so they're going to have to force the issue in terms of the investment. They can't get the values out of those UMPs that they really would have liked to have gotten. Now you can see that actually the buy up here, Extatus being a little bit smart, only buying up 1 AK and getting themselves out 2 MAC-10s and a Tech 9 to try and relieve the investments that next round. They can get themselves a strong buy up. They can get themselves a full set of rifles for the next one, and just hopefully they can farm up some money here with those MAC-10s. Indeed, Zedco will be able to do that with a very nice double. Queztone's also got himself a double with the AK-47, and that leaves Joxic last man alive, 1 versus 5, and a pretty standard round coming on through here. If they get the knife, that's just embarrassing. One goes both ways. So Joxic will get himself out a little bit extra money for that buy up for the Binary Dragon side. You can see 69.50 will be his money line. So AWP buy up potential for the Binary Dragon side. Still going to think about it, and yes, it will be coming out for Joxic. A UMP for Emmy, and the full AK buys with the full sets of utility out for the Extatus. 3-0 is the scoreline. This is going to be our first rifle round.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one as well, just on the fact that Devil really won't be able to be one kind of Titan-like player. The rest of the team are going to have their metal tested. And when that does come in, it means that this could be where Binary Dragon start to equalize things. Already peppering away with a lot of early damage down Banana. Just 50 HP there, 20 HP there, just sprinkling it amongst the ranks of this T side. And that's going to be something that, towards the latter end of this round, is going to be pretty crucial, right? Because if we see any of these SMGs, for example, catch off Zedco and Unforgiven angle, 62 is a much easier number for that UMP to tackle than a fully set up player. Joxic hunting for that first pick, of course, should be able to comfortably find the first, but unfortunately the shot doesn't quite connect. Frozen has the ability now to walk on forward, but again, not checking his corners. A rookie mistake taking hold from the young gun. Gives the CT side that first frag they were looking for. Nino, another one towards Monty. Trades are coming in thick and fast, but unfortunately pacing is going to be out-sustained by their Binary Dragons lineup. As they push forward, they get themselves that round on their first buy. Well and truly take hold.
I wouldn't call that a rookie mistake. I call that a pro mistake more than anything else. You don't usually expect to see people up on that boost spot, but it is a more powerful advantage. And in the case that Nino managed to find himself that 4K overall, and yes, that was the case that he didn't check that spot. They're probably not expecting that spot to be in use, but now that they know that's up, now they know the Binary Dragons will be using that particular angle. It probably won't be as useful again in the rest of this matchup here in the rest of this half. So Joxic, AWP, going to take his way in towards middle, look for everywhere he can. Lands a beautiful flick onto Devil. He spotted out the information. He was just trying to hunt him down, and now Zedko is going to put some damage on the board out towards the banana area, and then it's down to 41 HP, so his AK is not going to be as useful as he would have liked to have had it in this round so far. 5-on-4 situation. Bomb is out towards second mid and middle for the Extatus side. Monty's there to back him up, and now the rest of the T side will just slowly rotate into the apps area, into second mid. It looks like it might be a bit of a smoke execution coming on through towards that arch side and pushing from the apps area, get the bomb down as soon as they can. They have got to deal with two players in the form of Hunter and Letney. So 55 seconds on the clock. This looks like it's going to be, well, wasting the time down a little bit here and there, but they are totally expecting this. Binary Dragons have a complete well read onto where Extatus are coming from here.
Yeah, this certainly could be lamb to the slaughter at this point. They have to be so careful for not to quickly fool their eyes. They are currently set up as a big cluster bomb in towards apps. The Molotov to go down to start to burn away at their feet. Wicker and Flame as it just flows backwards and forwards to push fountains out. But can they make anything work? The answer is no. Monty only and Frozen actually sneaking just another, in fact. So somewhat surprising. But how much can Frozen one man do here with two players hawking him down? A flash again to blind him off, forcing him to the site to go for that plant. But there's 50 seconds left. He's being pushed. He does get away with the plant, but gets to 1 versus 1. Goes for the second. The orb shot doesn't connect. Joxic actually has to land the second follow-up. Gets away with it with the wall bang. But Joxic cutting that one way too close. 4 seconds straight on that defuse. But that is too close for comfort. Binary Dragons eking it through by the skin of their teeth.
Well, if there's one thing that Joxic proved in that round is that he can land some sick heads. 2 nice AWP headshots coming on through, and that last one, particularly onto Frozen, required a little bit of accuracy with his flicks. But Frozen, you can't deny him there. Fought well, valiantly, the young man on the Extatus side, doing some very good work for the Extatus side, at least going to do some serious damage on the board for Binary Dragons, which makes this buy up here with the Tech 9s a little bit more justifiable. If they can put some damage on the board, if they can get a bomb plant, then they'll seriously hurt the Binary Dragons side. Unless Neno does that, lines it up, sprays them down. Emmy comes in with 2 more of his own. Questone and Monty will be able to trade back to a 1 versus 3, but once again, it's a 1 versus 3 at Questone. Just can't seem to win. 2 players do fall, so not the massive amount of damage that the Extatus side were hoping for. There's still damage nonetheless. Binary Dragons, the economy is not going to be looking 100% right here. They have got Joxic on 83.50 here for their money line, but still, heavy investment, reinvestment coming in from Neno and Emmy will not put them on the best of savings at the moment.
I think the interesting thing for me is just that Binary Dragons, sure, they did take a hit by quickly trying to stop that push, but at the same time, they've had a big impact on the Extatus kind of economic scale. Take a look at them right now. They are flat out broke. They spent every single penny down to the dime in the 7th round. So if Binary Dragon's strategy pays off for and they can continue to break back on this T side, then they are going to be leaving them with absolutely nothing to spend. And that works out quite well for them because it means they can start to really chain together these rounds and pick up a momentum on that CT side of Inferno, which is something you desperately do need. But now, though, it's just a few Molotovs on towards short, a smoke on towards long. They're going to try and find themselves a quick aggressive peek out on towards Banana, but nothing really is coming of it, as Emmy is just going to get the information, scarper back to sight, and just throw some more reflex flashes just to try and slow down Extatus while the rotates come in.
Well, Neno and Emmy are still going to clean things up. Neno going to get himself a very nice double kill. Zedko and Monty once again coming back, but this time they do not get traded. It's a 2 versus 3, but Devil's got 1 HP. His AWP shots need to be absolutely on point if he wants any chance of making this one work. I think, no, he didn't spot out the AWP on the side of the Binary Dragons lineup here. Monty holding out towards the construction area. I think this is good with the rifles had their place. 1 AWP for the long range fights, but is Devil not expecting the boost coming in from Letney, and Hunter not expecting one coming in from Monty. So 3 players staying alive. Binary Dragons will be able to claim themselves the lead at 4-3 here. Bomb plant does come in from Extatus though, and with a 4-round loss bonus, I think that's just barely enough to try and get themselves a force together if they want to. Though Eco wouldn't be off the cards here for Extatus. They are going to go for the AK buy-ups. Frozen and Questone Alright, you're going to exhaust all their money. No utility-based player on their side. Very little to work with. 2 smokes, 3 flashbangs, and a Molotov versus Binary Dragons who have a double up set up in their hands. I think pretty obvious who's got the better buy in this round here, but that's not surprising at all. It's still going to be Extatus putting their Angels to effect and putting their AKs into great effect. Letney's already gone down. That's 1 M4 out of the hands of the CTs already.
Slowly but surely just wasting time now into a second mid. No rush here for the Extatus lineup. Joksik just going to hold the angle and Appstone. This is something that's not going to be expected. No one is prepared for that sort of peak. These things are yet again equalized. The table's being turned as Nino finds another shot with the ADP down on towards Questone. This double up setup just ripping through the scraps in play that Extatus currently have. Zedcoat finally brings something back to at least tie the damage over, but that's only an immediate fix. This Band-Aid quickly going to get torn off by Monty, as he will find himself another pit. This AWP is still there in pit. He caused so many problems. Finally, Frozen is able to trade it out yet again, though, to leave Nino all alone over on towards this B site, going for that swift rotate in from CT. But this is where it gets real difficult, a real test of Nino's individual ability now, as he has 2 players to find, information on 1, and then AWP is his tool to do it.
Frozen heard the scope, he knows that he's there, he's just waiting for that peak to come through. Nino's watching into the angle of pit. So Zedco might have a couple of problems, he's trying to cover off that short area, but you know, Frozen knows where the last man is, and indeed Nano just hasn't got enough time, he hasn't been able to find the picks. He was trying to catch someone from Extatus off guard, going aggressive, but in this case, Exis is going to be all that he will try to look for, and indeed he will find none. It will be Extatus evening the score up back to 4-4 again. To Binary Dragons. Well, they have to have up a little bit of money here and there. They have got 5 digits on Joksik, but everybody else might need to get dropped weapons. So, you know, a forced buy, a full buy is still on the cards for the BD side. Meanwhile, Extatus going to be looking a little bit worse for wear on their own economy states. AWP from the last round and have to reinvest into a few more rifles here. Going to leave Monty and Devil on just $0 and $50 respectively. Binary Dragons double up coming back into play. That's going to leave most of them down on their funds here. 36.50 for Joksik is the maximum they got on any individual player for Binary Dragons. As Extatus will once again set up for that aggressive pick style play, and Nano's also going to go for that aggressive control play out towards Banana. He's watching out the cross there from the smoke. Tag damage does come in with a lucky shot from the AK-47, but now it's going to come down to the real meat of things. Joksik, AWP, Monty doesn't expect it a second time as they peek on through. Zedco meanwhile up in the boost spot in the apps area. 4-on-4 will take down Hunter. And now the T is starting to rotate into a decent position. It looks like they're going to try to set up a push right here. Frozen also watching the backstab, but he peeks straight into another AWP. It's a 4 versus 3. It favors Binary Dragons.
The value that Binary Dragons right now are getting out of those angles, that they're the sort of angles that you play them once and you don't really repeat them for a little while. They're hidden away in that tactical book that gets whipped out in those moments of clutch scenarios. And that's what we're seeing here and in previous rounds as well. I mean, just getting yourself up on top of that wall, for example, is not something that's all that common. And this is where the mop-up really kind of begins to land. Sure, Devil in a 1v2, that seems clutchable, that seems doable. But when you look at that map, context gets applied, and this is a tale that I'd love to turn the page, I'd love to look towards the future, but I don't quite see it. As Devil, sure, he does have the flash and frag grenade, but what he really needs is a smoke. Because he doesn't have that, he can't block off library, or play any sort of direction towards arches, which leads him down towards short, having to try and force the pick on towards graveyard. Meanwhile, he's going to be cautious of pit, he's going to be cautious of sight, and all of those woes will come back to haunt him as the one thing he doesn't check is going to be graveyard.
You kind of saw it coming, didn't you? You just knew that once Devil put that bomb down, Emmy was just going to peek. Or once he tried to plant, Emmy was just going to peek out, and with the timer running lower and lower, you just thought he had to go for the plant right there, but Emmy holding his tongue, waiting for the perfect opportunity, and indeed he will win the round for Binary Dragons. He's going to stabilize them a little bit, however, I do notice that something going on with these rounds is that a lot of them are very weak victories coming in from either side. 3 players going down and not really finding themselves in with a very good stable round here. So something that both sides need to be working on, because it's something that both sides have been struggling with. And as a result, we're going to be seeing these balked buys like we're seeing coming out of Extatus. A full buy, a full spare coming in is going to leave them out with Tech 9s and AK. One player's already been taken out of the action, of course, Joksik. And Neno with the double AWP set up for their side. And Extatus will try and use their positions to a sort of advantage, but once again, they have to worry about all the CTs taking very aggressive angles in towards these choke points. So it looks like it will be straight out the balcony of the apps area have to deal with Hunter, so Tech9's close range headshots will have to come into play for the Extatus side. A minute to go. Joxic's also on site with an AWP, 1 and 2 in play. And there it is. It will be Hunter getting that first. Letney comes on through. Frozen's going to frag back, but Letney with a double kill. Looking for the triple with a USP, and he will find it. So Extatus, the force buyer, gets shut down. It will be 2 rounds of a leader to the Binary Dragon side.
Binary Dragon starting to edge things out now over the Extatus lineup, and again, I have to hop back to economics now. I'm taking you back to school, kids. You gotta listen to this one. Look at how little Extatus have to play with. After Binary Dragons finally slew 2 together in a row again, after that breakback 8th round Extatus were able to claim, now they're left with nothing. It's rinse repeat of what we saw kind of take place during this, 5th, 6th sort of era. It pretty much means Binary Dragons, we already kind of guessed that they would secure the half. But now we start to ask very different questions on, okay, just how much are they going to get here? Nice trade in Banana, fair play to them. Money being denied from Emmy there with his UMP, but the rotates are going to come in so fast. The Molotov to go down as well. This is just so much damage now to be applied as they try and cross.
Indeed, the CT's just have all the positions on the B site, so the AWP is just watching out for their angles, looking. Already taken down 1 pick, Nano with another as well. And just like that, they will just get cleaned up very easily from the Binary Dragon side. It is a case of rifles versus pistols. As you said, the economics of things for Extatus just not working out to their favor. It means that they will have to buy up in this round. 3 rounds of loss bonus to their side. Of course, with the force buy means it's going to be very basic in the buys. There's slightly limited utility here and there. 4 smoke, so execution still going to be on the cards for B site and A respectively, depending on how much they really want to use. Also flashbangs for entry kills and for clearing out those small angles that you just can't seem to find here. So Extatus, they got themselves a good buy out of this one. I think that's not that bad. But they're going to play a lot more passively this time. This is definitely a big change of things. We usually see them get themselves up close and personal and towards top mid and top second mid. But this time, they're going for slightly more passive angles, trying to see if they can get control of Banana slowly. And slowly make their way to challenge onto the 2 CTs on the site. Joxic's ready to rotate if he needs to be, and Emmy's holding out from the CT. Cox leading as well. Some of the T-side players spray away, not going to find anything, but now Neno's going to have to be the main point of contention for this AWP. Spots out a pick sort of the first, but the smoke's just too far in his way, and look at this, a great execution coming through, blocking off coffins and blocking off most of the site itself. It's going to be the CTs cut off from their backup. Emmy's going to get a kill, but Monty trades it back to a 4-on-4. Bombs on site, going to go down towards the back. Joxic peeks that, doesn't expect Monty to be on the boost, so Binary Dragons fall for their own trick. It's a 3 versus 4. It's favor to Extatus, and the retake is on for the Binary Dragons as they crumble to pieces. It's just Neno and Emmy to make this work.
Zeko gonna find himself quickly railed down by this rifle of Emmy as he picks up a swift little double kill. Meanwhile, of course, it's just gonna be Questone to make sure he's there for the crossfire in CT as Frozen tries to bait them out before this push does come in, but Nino hits a flick with the AWP. That's gonna start to really change things up. Now Frozen has to do it all with 1 spray down, 1 connective shot, and he will get away with it. 1 that goes right through the chest of his opposition, connecting onto that second body of Nino. That means 1 crucial thing, a round that looked like it was going to go a complete different direction. Yet again, it was a complete 180. Extatus, they are back on the board with their 5th. Their economy has been saved for the short term. And Binary Dragons are being tested over and over again. Rounds become more and more difficult for them. But this is where they have to innovate. They have to take a step back for a second and just try and find a new angle to push off from.
Extatus shouldn't have won that round by that tiny margin. They had a 4 versus 2 advantage, and Emmy came in with a double kill. They gave him those kills. And at the end of the day, that's going to cost them big time, because even then, this buy-up is going to be extremely difficult from Extatus. There is a huge reset advantage for Binary Dragons if they can take this round here. Both teams coming up with the full AWPs and rifle buy-ups on the UMP, and also the aggressive angle from Emmy, and the T's just aren't expecting it. He's going to shut down 2, spray away with the AK, getting an extra bit of damage. That grenade may be able to take down Questone. Indeed it will. It's a 2 versus 5 already, and Extatus crumbled to pieces, barely even getting past the smoke they put down at Banana. Monty and Devil, what can you do from here? Very little is going to be the answer to that question. If you can, I doubt a 2-on-5 will be able to work unless you land some crisp headshots and some crisp quick scopes with the AWP and the AK. They're holding passive. I think they might just throw in the towel here. They might just save it into the next round, because Extatus, their economy is already in tatters. After this round, it's going to be absolutely crushed by the BD side.
Patience has to be a factor here. Emmy doesn't want to rush into this one if he wants both of these kills. Can't be that quick. Devil. Himself that frag. Emmy just trying to hop too quickly around those corners. Toxic though, the longer angles, much more fairer ones, will be enough to take them down and send them home. Parceled up. Ready for our 14th now. 8-5, of course. My Dragons looking to secure their night. They want to go the full distance. They want to take it 10-5, but you can see the mentality from Extatus at this point is, all right, we're pretty damn broke. Let's just buy these tech mines. Let's go for this aggressive push because our economy is just in that state where this is justifiable. This is the best option we've got, and, well, hopefully this aggressive push towards B works out for them. Otherwise, things are going to get rougher and rougher. I'm talking about working out for them. That's not a definition of a gym routine at all. That's kind of pretty disastrous. They're just having a bit of a cheat day right now. Noggin on the pizza. That right there was a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, a double kill for Nena with a Molotov is not the definition of a great round. And like you say, it's pretty much the perfect way to describe it. An absolute disaster for this T side. And with that force buy, it's going to leave them no money to work with on the last round of the half. This is looking likely to be a 10-5 scoreline favor of Binary Dragons. So we'll see if Extatus can pull anything out of the hat, but Joxic's already on point. He's already got his first. He's already going to get damage on the board for the second, potentially. Hunter's there to back him up. The CT side has been looking extremely strong so far in Extatus. They've proven themselves to be a relatively strong team on Inferno, but out of the last 5 times that they have played this map, they've lost once, and it was to the Binary Dragons side. So this scoreline does not surprise me. This kind of play does not surprise me. Now it's just going to be up to a 3 versus 5. Deagle's in hand. Zedco looking for Emmy right there, but Emmy's very, very dangerous. He will land the 1 dig, but the damage has already been done. It's going to be a 3, and the rest of the CTs will just clean up the rest of his teammates. Zedco 1 HP, Devil with 100 and an M4 in his hand. To make those hate work, Nana will take down his teammate. He's on lower amounts of HP, and the rest of Binary Dragons will just slowly start to pincer in the angles in towards Banana. 1 minute to go, and I don't think there's much Devil can do here.
Yeah, it's pretty rough at this point, right? Just a quick decapitating blow comes in from the Binary Dragon side, and they start to push towards adding to that stat. You know, it was a very insightful one that you bring to the table there in terms of just Extatus's streak on Inferno, but yeah, I feel like, you know, with good things, there has to be bad as well, and right now, that's kind of been the case for Extatus. There was some nice plays that they made, they had some nice ideas, but the execution was very, very poor. Binary Dragons, they weren't pitch perfect by a long shot, but I think they were able to hold it together, and they had sustainability in their play, which in Counter-Strike, being able to sustain yourself over the course of 3 or 4 rounds, able just to go for those short stints, it's so important, because it just puts you on such a big advantage in terms of being able to get up those rifles, get up those orbs. But now, of course, a fresh slate. Wipe it clean, moving to our 16th. The pistol round is going to take place right in front of our eyes, as we are drawn towards this Extatus lineup. Can they do anything here on their CT side? Holding pretty tightly on towards B, they've got a dynamic setup of Frozen and Monty standing 2 together. A Glock to face off up and towards Apps will take down Devil, but that is not going to prompt any rotates just yet. Instead, it is going to leave that A site wide open. A door left to be strutted on through.
Minute to go for Extatus to try and bring this one back here. Already lost 1 man, but they have got themselves more presence favouring towards the B site. No one is actually on A to defend, and this might be a bit of a misplay coming in from Extatus. They are a CT-sided team when it comes down to Inferno, so this would be the half where they are able to bring the comeback back, but so far it's not started off very well. Binary Dragons with that first pick and the bomb plant coming on through, so for Extatus, the retake is on. These USPs need to land some crisp headshots. There is a defuse kit in place, so they have got a little bit of time to play with. And Monty is setting up a bit of a backstab here. He's going to give away his position with that jump right there, and there will be 1 player covering off the corner right there. Letney is actually going to go down. It's a 4 versus 4 Extatus. First good pick, smoke out from Monty. He might be going for this ninja. I think he's going to go try and stick it. Indeed, it will be Hunter getting down 1. Quaystone going to rain on through. Nana's going to get that 1 pick. Quaystone getting back as a 2 versus 2. Headshot comes in from Frozen, and they're still sticking it. They're trying to prompt out the shot to come through from Emmy, trying to prompt out the peak so Frozen can take him down, and he will be able to do so. Beautifully done. A 3K for Frozen, and a 6th round, a pistol round. That Extatus, it looked like it was almost not to be, but it was just barely brought back. 10-6 favor of BD side.
What you forget about that round is you have to bear in mind, I see your concern with that stack towards B, but they were playing for the retake on A. They fully committed to that at the start of the round. It was a conscious decision that we are going to have to retake that A site. And what does that mean? What does that actually genuinely mean? Well, Extatus, they've practiced that. They know how to retake that site together. They know where to put Frozen, where to put Questone, how to put them in situations where they can go for those frags. And even if Zeko or Monty get those frags instead, everyone's in the right place at the right time to be able to do their job. And if someone gets a 3K, that's a win-win. It's just good team play coming out from Extatus there with individual ability added into the mixture. Hopefully they can link that together in a second as well, as they should be able to make some sweet, sweet money with these UMPs. Now, something that was denied from them in that first round was just really building up the dollars. Instead, they had to spend a fair bit in this one. So instead, this is where they kind of want to fix that now. They want to go rob that bank and run away with a few million to set them up on the right foot going into this half.
Now this is going to be standard eco. Binary Dragons got themselves the bomb plant, so they're aiming for the rifle buy up in the next round. Just P250s, just headshots, just tag damage, just a little bit of damage, whatever they can find onto the CT side will be great for them, but they will find nothing, so they won't be too frustrated about that. All going to come down to this round. Can Binary Dragons shut down Extatus' conversion, potentially really hurt their economy side of things? And that'll be great for them to bring this comeback and shut it back down from the CT side. 3 M4s, 2 UMPs in play for the CT side, 4 AKs, 1 UMP in play for Binary Dragons. And they'll set themselves up for the aggressive play in towards top of second middle. There's actually 2 players playing aggressive also in the apps area to try and deal with this. Warbangers are trying to get landed by the T side, but no one's finding anything just yet. Looking off that luck kind of play through the bridge at the top of second mid. Letney's just paying passive back there, and now the 3 players, the 3 main force of the T side will run on through, and Questone and Monty, they're going to clean things up. 3 kills go to the favor of the 2 CTs holding down site. Emmy goes falling as well. That leaves Letney alone in a 1 versus 5. We'll take down the first, but bomb's been dropped. CTs know where they're at, and the backup has already arrived here. They don't even need any backup. It's a 4 versus 1. Letney's held out towards middle. Not possible. It will be an 8th round on the board for the Extatus side.
Yeah, Binary Dragons going to have to chalk this one up to tough luck. Nothing they can really do now. Just walk away with that rifle. At least give yourself something to laugh over. Just almost hunting for it now. Letney taking those fights as well. That's a decision from him yet again to be stuck around that corner. He really should just be running away here, trying to get himself in a much better angle. Instead, now he's allowed Devil to position for that backstab, take that rifle right out of his hands, upgrading to the AK, in fact, because, I mean, why not, right? You just picked it up. It's happy days, and means going into this round now, Binary Dragons, they won't have a player with Kevlar and an AK to toy with. They won't have that one player who could be the catalyst. He could be something, and I know that's almost scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's saying, you know, maybe this guy could step up and be someone today. But wouldn't you rather have a chance, have some level of odds that it could work out, instead of just saying, you know what, it's never going to happen. Not today. I think it would have been better. Unfortunately, it is what it is. The situation has unfolded, and now they have to suck up what's happened. The pistols is all they've got to try and at least have some sort of impact with, and these P250s, they've rarely been able to get close to Extatus. They have been able to deal with them nice and comfortably on their CT side, and so far, I'm pretty pleased with how the CT side have been playing out these rounds. They seem to be able to adapt nice and comfortably to Binary Dragons. They seem to be able to read the situations quite well as well, which is crucial when you're playing up against as flexible a side as Binary Dragons. And it means that even with these fancy attempts at a B push with pistols where they go for these boosts and such, there isn't too much of an opportunity here for much to happen. If they play smart on that site, they play in crossfires yet again, they reinforce each other's positions, we should just do a few multi-kills here and there, a trading game, perhaps a retake, but a trading game that still makes that retake ever the more easy.
Just simple case of pistols versus rifles, although Hunter will get that first pick. Flashbangs out and the CTs will rotate on through, and Zedko's going to line him up, take himself 2. Third kill coming in for the P250. Yes, he will find it, drops the bomb as well. Joxic Letney last 2 alive, 2 versus 4 situation. Bomb gets picked up, but Zedko's still going ham. 4K for him in the round. Devil's watching out for Letney, and that will be all she wrote on round 19. 10-9, Extatus now. 1 round away from evening things up with the Binary Dragons side, and this will be the only chance for BD to let them down a little bit here. AK buy up, full sets utility, execution potential on the cards here. AK and M4's out for Extatus. The UMP still on Monty. He's still trying to hunt down as much value out of that gun as he can, which honestly makes the most amount of sense here. UMPs are OP. Let's see if he can put it into great effect here in this round now. Binary Dragons, most of their forces heading up towards Banana. They have got Hunter on the lurk position in the apps area of A. Bob's not committed to Banana just yet. It's still hunting out towards top mid in case it does need to rotate, in case Hunter finds himself a nice advantage in the apps area now. Early part of this round doesn't lead to any particular picks. Enemies tagged down to 75 HP to start things off. And Binary Dragons, it looks like they're going to be setting up for this B site hit here as Hunter's rotating pretty slowly in towards middle area, back up towards top of Banana. And Extatus, once again, this crossfire is going to have to come into play. They've defended the B site well so far. Can they do it again? It's going to be Binary Dragons making their way in towards site. Zedko's going to fall first. And Frozen's very tagged up. He's going to get taken down now. The retake is on for Extatus. A 3 versus 5, a very unlikely situation to win, but they'll go for it anyway. They've got themselves the utility. They've got themselves the money as well if they do want to go ahead and rebuy here. Bombs planted now. Extatus retake on. 2 players coming in from the church area. And most of the T-side players are locking out the individual angles from aggressive plays here. Joxix on site does get spotted out by Monty, but Monty doesn't take that kill. The fuse kit's still in place, so they have got themselves a little bit of time to work with here, but they know where most of these CTs are, so when the flashes do come in, Letton's going to be able to take that first pick. Wasteland getting one, Devil going to get one back, and a nice headshot comes on through. Actually, they're turning this one right around, but Hunter only needs to line them up. He takes down one, he needs to take down a second at 19 HP on Devil, tapping the bomb, looking for that one headshot. He hasn't got enough time, and Hunter will close things out barely for the Binary Dragon side. Extatus, a very good attempt. It almost worked. The lead will be extended by the T side to 11-9.
They had a crack at it, and they actually broke the shell of that site, getting themselves onto it, leading it to a 1 versus 1, but then time came the ever-essent factor, and that was something that they just couldn't quite bear to handle. Binary Dragons, it comes to that buy. That's when they step up. That's when they appear. Now, Extatus quickly trying to respond. They want to tame this beast before it grows into something, before it becomes that nightmare that cannot be slain. A lot of time, each and every round has so much you can try and mess with. Individual tweaks have to be made, but for Extatus, what I want to see is what the grand plan overall is. Are they going to make any big changes? So far, it's a bit of the same, 3 players towards Banana. The one key difference is that that 3rd player isn't rotating back to CT as quickly as they usually do. That means that they're expecting some sort of Banana prominence, or they're going to go for a deep smoke and try and forcefully take Banana control. 2 very different plays, but that's a key thing to keep note of, considering Binary Dragons are about to pressure Banana. They're about to take those fights, force it to unfold, and they are getting the picks at the back of it. Zeko, he has to be the MVP right now. Finds one, gets the second, goes for a third, connects all 3 frags, but then gets traded. Joxic straight away with a UMP. Will take him down, straight onto the salt, dives in towards construction. Meanwhile, his teammate still sitting in Banana is going to have to quickly rear up and support him. As Devil, he wants to push that smoke. He's thinking about it. He's toying with it. Not quite going to go for it in the end of things, but still, Joxic, this is a rough spot for you to be in. Playing flower pots now. Devil, I like this from him. He's getting spot up, but Joxic, he didn't quite notice him. Eventually, we'll get the second chance. So the flash is going to go off in the smoke. This round is absolute madness. I don't know what I'm watching right now. Flower pot, a nice little idea, but one that doesn't quite hold out as Monty now Molotov'd off, blocked in CT. Time running out on him yet again. Has to try and force this fight, but 2 players to find, both going to hold in this crossfire. They will not face. They will not give him an opportunity to get this 1 versus 1. Instead, he has to push on up. That's where he gets caught out. And the cherry on top is Binary Dragons getting themselves just another round on top of economy in the bank. They start to save up thousands of dollars. This is good for them. This is that longevity coming back into play.
Reinvestment is also an issue here for Binary Dragons. You can see that while they are starting to save money, they also have to spend a few bucks to get themselves back in with a decent buy. UMP on Letney will be the main sign of that here. And another one as well, just going to be the backup coming in. And Zedko, a beautiful 1D, will start things off for Extatus. The pistols are still going to be in play, and they are still relatively effective when it comes down to this CT side. A 4-on-4 as trades do come back. And Extatus now looking for any real opportunity to get themselves an advantage here. They have got Monty playing with the UMP. He's holding fairly aggressive as well. He's hoping to shut down Binary Dragons' push on the A side, that apartments push that they have used several times in the past. Extatus are expecting a certain playbook coming in from BD, but so far they're actually not biting it. They're not really finding their way back into this one. They have got themselves those 4 rounds at the beginning of the half, but Binary Dragons have started to really come back into their own. And now they will try to see if they can make another B site hit work here. A USP to be working with for Devil. And a 5-7 to be working with Frozen. It's just not a whole lot for them to try and defend this push to come on from him. Monty might actually get some very good angle with the backstab here. Extatus are going to get thrashed and destroyed on the B site here. Actually, will come and sprays on Monty, takes down a first. Second comes in, drops the bomb, delays it for a few more seconds. There's 30 seconds still on the board. Smoke will go out and try and see if they can stop the plant to come on through here. And they will get it down towards back of site. Hunter gets that bomb plant. AK and UMP up against 2 UMPs of the Extatus side. Can they really make this work? This is actually relatively likely here. If those B site retakes are as strong as they were a few rounds ago, then this is definitely on the cards here. Hunter's holding back towards the Epsilon area. And Quest time will get himself up. Monty also out towards Coffin. Sprays come through. Hunter's going to take that first, looking for his second Monty. Going to see if he can spray away spots at the shadow of Emmy. And now he's just going to see if he can take down Hunter out towards the backside of the area. Takes the first spray. Second almost comes in. Emmy with 2 HP. Barely survives. And brings the 13th to the side of Binary Dragons.
Unfortunate spell there that took hold on that site was just the fact that Hunter didn't need to peek. And that really slowed down that retake pretty much to a halt. Because once they had to get up close and personal for that fight, then they were led in a situation that, sure, it looked pretty close. It looked like a big play. But, you know, on paper, it wasn't actually that close. It was pretty simple where it was going to go towards. And that's something that is going to be ever so interesting to follow as Binary Dragons are playing smarter and smarter as this game's develop. And that's something you have to respect right now when you look towards this team.
13-9 will be the scoreline in favor of this T side, and they've really started to come back and really ramp up the pressure for Extatus. 3 rounds away from losing map 1. They've had some very close games against these guys. Can they do it again here? Can they really put this series into contention before it even gets started? AKs, AWPs, the works all in play for both sides. 2 UMPs as well for Neno and Emmy. A minute to go. Binary Dragons will kind of be suppressed here out towards the banana push, but the flashback is coming on through. Frozen will not be able to catch up any information, neither will Questone, but they are holding back the B site, expecting the crossfire to come through. And Binary Dragons may get pushed away here. They've got 1 player, once again Hunter, on that lurk in the apps area. Joxic holding down middle. Might look for an opportunity to take a pick on the A site, and now it will actually be the, I think, a bit of a fake coming on through here from Emmy. He'll push on through and actually pull a rotation away, coming in from the Extatus side. 20 seconds on the clock now. Hunter's going to give up the jig on the A site as the rotations will come in quick and fast from Extatus. 3 players on their way so quickly. Bomb's going to go down unless Monty can do anything about it. He takes down 1, drops the bomb, and that might be the round just there. 2 versus 4. USP comes out. He takes down the AWP player. And Devil also going to get Letney as well. It will be Extatus claiming a 10th down, a triple kill for Monty. And a beautiful hold on the A site alone completely shut down the Binary Dragons fake.
He played it exceptionally, just playing around those boxes, started to tie in height as well, because think about Counter-Strike, right? Counter-Strike is a 3D game. It's not something that is just one-dimensional where you run around, you just tap heads. It's nowhere near that simple. It's all about crosshair placement, positioning, so many different factors that roll into gunfights and such. And that's only just kind of brushing the surface of what this game is all about. But one of the reasons why I bring that into play in this discussion is just the way that he decides to hop on that box, then fall down. Playing with altitude in that fight is so crucial. It just meshes up what this T-side are looking towards and allow him to be that impactful player to stop that bomb plant, playing time to his side, just keeping one eye on the stopwatch, the other on his crosshair. It was a very big point right now for Extatus is that 3 rounds is the only gap they have, and they are starting to suddenly harm East Terrorist economy at this point. You know, he's looking at Tech 9s in play right here, which isn't a pretty message. Once Extatus hear that out, that's only going to reinforce the idea that they are so close, just a lick away from actually making something out of this game. But right now, they lack one thing: information on what this T-side are going to be doing. They know full well that they're heavily invested in towards mid, but they don't really have a read on where they're going to head off the back of that. A nice early pick will start to at least cement an advantage. Binary Dragons, they're still looking to sink their teeth into a target. The question is, what is that target?
Looks like it's going to be A site as Devil goes down to Emmy. 4 versus 4. The AKs will be put into good effect, but Monty's still fragging away. Takes down Netno, triumphs back to a 3-on-3 situation with his Tech 9. Emmy's still going to take down Questone as the rotations will get shut down in their earliest formats. Extatus, a man disadvantage. They've come back from worse. Can they make this A site retake work as well as they have done in the past? And the pistol round, of course, is where I'm referring to. Man advantage, 2 rifles in play for both sides. A Tech 9 on Neno as well. And Zedko will slowly make his way on through there. Enemy spots out, one out towards Graveyard, takes down Zedko now all on Frozen, a 1 versus 3. No matter how strong the retakes are for Extatus, there's no way you can win against odds like that. It will be a 14-10 favor of Binary Dragons, and Extatus. Well, this economy is not looking very good at all. This could be double eco. This could be the map point, or even the map going to the favor of the Binary Dragons.
Right now, all we're seeing is the tails begin to snip yet again. But Extatus, they're going to search for those weights and quickly try and counteract it, but it's going to be tough with these pistols to have an impact at all, and it does lead to that map point scenario that you certainly lay out, and from there, one chance to do it all, that's an ask, that certainly is. Monty just going to be exploring for now, seeing to check out a few angles here and there, but look at just how reserved BD are playing. Just leaving Hunter to kind of hop around and do his own thing, but for the most part, it's just this slow, stricken style over on towards Banana, where they're not going for any gung-ho play. Instead, they're just going, okay, you do your thing, Hunter. You go for that aggression on towards there. You see if you can catch off anyone, get some information perhaps. But we know we're up against pistols here. We know exactly how they're going to have to play this one, which is also that slow and far back style. Which means that for BD, they can walk up through Banana. They can take it very, very relaxed. They can throw some smokes, expensive utility, but they're not all that worried. As Hunter, him moving up towards apps like this and being this far up front, is going to prompt them to go for a bit of a fake play. Committing 3 players on towards B means that Extatus now have an even harder time holding off on this site, as a spurt of players will begin to push on through. Monty, about to see 4 players all dart into his crosshair, and not a single one of them gets shot at, as he is going to be taken down by a jumping UMP of Hunter, who's causing so many problems with the C site, just being a thorn in the side of these counter-terrorists. That bomb is going to tick on away, and this round is already pretty much lock and key.
This looks like it will be map point. I don't think there's much that Extatus can do from here, and, you know, they even realize it themselves. They're playing out towards semi-passive, semi-aggressive angles, trying to look for those exit frags, and Devil will find one, a UMP in his hands. But that might be all he'll find here. Spiny Dragons are pretty much scared to go anywhere else other than back into familiar territory, not to lose any rifles in that round, and indeed they will not. It will just be the UMP that does get brought up into an AK in this round, and Extatus now 15-10. 3 M4s, 2 UMPs in this round for Extatus to try to see if they can make this next one work. And Questo going to see if he can try anything right here. Joxic will take him out of the action. He does push out straight into the clutches of the Binary Dragon side. And, well, when you push like that, what more are you really expecting from the CT side? Binary Dragons know the advantage they stand. They know where their place is in this match. And it looks like it may just be certain victory. Devil will get himself a double. But now it's all on Monty in a 1 versus 3 out towards Apps. T-side players closing on enemy. We'll take down the first onto Hunter. So actually, this is kind of doable here. If he can take down Joxic as well, then that'll be a very good round for him. If he can take down Neno, then that'll be the bomb drop to potentially the round to the favor of Extatus. He'll push for his smoke, looking for Neno. He actually drops it. Oh my god, it's all Joxic now. 1 shot, 1 kill from both sides. There is an AWP for this T-side. And a little over a minute to go for Monty to hold it out for the Extatus side. Checking into Banana will actually give bomb control back to Joxic. He didn't spot out Monty. Did Monty spot him out instead? 50 seconds on the clock for this final remaining CT to try and ring the comeback again for the Extatus side. Now Joxic will make his position known, put out the Molotov, look for Monty right there. Grenade, this actually could be all he needs. Still flashbangs over, still goes for the Angel, and he may just win it. It's 1 flick with the headshot that manages to land the kill. It's 16-10, favor of Binary Dragons. They'll take Inferno as our first map. It's back over